To do it at least for a while. Okay. So if anybody is watching out there, let's see, it says we have 3.
Oh.
Oh, well, it's the 2 town clerks that are trying to live stream this for us, so that's all but that's all there was. Yeah.
In the camera. Is it the camera? Yeah, thank you.
Let's see, it does say it's recorded. Okay, is this everybody? Oh, Crystal's gone. Oh, no, Crystal's there, 1, 2, 3. What are we missing?
Cause Sarah didn't come.
We've got 4.
And Sarah's
Dropped
not.
off. I haven't heard from Ace, I have no idea about his status.
Lisa. Well, interesting, so we didn't hear from him,
I see.
But you have a quorum, 1,
Yeah, we have 4.
2, 3, 4. All right,
So this list that I printed for you is not the list of them.
which
This
is
is much bigger. This wasn't.
There were 21.
They don't
applicants.
get that.
Yeah, I just was looking at it with Gail, but
Oh,
no,
okay, no, that's all the private emails, we're not supposed to. get.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Pretend you didn't see that.
sorry.
That's something I do. My dog takes big selfies.
So do you have does anybody have the agenda hand, or do I need to make some copies?
Very extensive, this one?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
The one
it.
you sent yesterday? Yes.
Very short. So, I am not your staff liaison or your board liaison, but until you guys have selected a chair and things, we just have to form tonight, okay? So thanks for all being here, really appreciate it.
Can I just share that I am sharing the Board of Trustee Liaison position with Jen Winger. Hopefully that feels good. She's under the weather right now. So it's me tonight, but in the interest of not taking on too much and serving
Will you
this
be
task force
alternates,
well.
or-
The alternate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you'll both get all the notes and everything.
You'll both get all the notes. You can reach out to either one of us via email, whatever, for questions, what have you. Just because her and I both signed up for quite a lot of things. So,
I listened to some of that meeting, I watched that, and you said, I'm wearing a lot of hats, and.
I am. And she just looked at me and was like, do you want to share it though? So we're gonna share it.
She is the youngest.
In theory, I've got enough energy, but we'll see how it goes.
And I think Jen is not currently working full-time, so hopefully she can devote.
Right.
But, so, and then for your staff liaison, we were going to meet between Kristen and Kim Mitchell. But Kim has been out all week sick, so they haven't got to talk either, so we are,
So we made, I don't know, tag team or kind of, we'll say, we'll
and
collaborate.
then there is one other group, the Lions Creative District, that is also. Crystal is going to be the formal liaison, but when she cannot make it, Ashley will be here on their behalf, okay?
Yeah.
So some of you have served on boards and commissions before, some of you have not formally with the town. And so I don't want to have to put you through the 2-hour board and commission training because you guys are a task force. So you have a few little items that aren't quite as formal. So I've talked to Attorney Denton. He said you still need to select a chair and a vice chair. And you still have to post a public agenda and meet in a public place and all those things. But you do not have to take formal minutes every time you meet. The Board of Trustees, however, does want a regular update from you, okay? I have sent you the resolution that formed the task force that kind of outlines your scope and responsibilities. And that they anticipate you should plan to be together through February. Then, if at that point you guys decide that you want to recommend we have like an ongoing Sundance, or it wants to become its own entity, so you're not under the government, you guys might make that recommendation, who knows, right? So, But in the meantime, while it's under the town of Lyons, we have to meet basic things, and that is select a chair, a vice chair, and how you're going to record that you're having a meeting. That's how it's better to say, which means an agenda. And that agenda needs to get sent to records@townoflyons.com. Then they'll make sure it's on that agenda site. That's all you have to do for that part. So it's really good. You don't have to take. Now, you guys might want to take your own notes to just keep track, especially if you have lots of subcommittees, but for the town's sake, all those groups don't have to do that.
Should we be using Robert's Rules of Order and things like that, or can we just talk freely?
What we do is we call it Bob's Rules of Orders.
Okay.
Yeah, and so you do need to have some way to keep, you need to have some way to keep order in your meetings in case you would have guests arrive that get unruly or you guys don't agree, you need some basic how you're gonna handle that, but no, you do not have to follow motion second, all that, unless you guys choose to. You can set kind of your own, how you guys want to operate. So I know that you're missing a couple tonight and that's unfortunate, but just to be able to get you started, I wanted to at least meet. I think you've probably heard that Gil and Sarah Lorraine have offered to chair and vice chair. Now, if that is satisfactory with everyone, one of you could make a motion for that. If it's not, and someone else, you wanna have a discussion about that, we can do that as well.
Make a motion.
What's your motion?
I make a motion that Gil and Sarah serve as the co-chairs.
Was it gonna be co? Can't be. The
Can't be.
mayor just informed me our code does not allow co-chairs. One of you has to be formally chair and vice chair, so maybe who would like to do that. It's really
We have not discussed that. I would defer to Sarah to be the chair.
to be chair, okay. Is there a nomination? Do you?
Yes, I
that's good?
nominate that Sarah Lorraine is the chair of the
Okay.
Sundance Task Force.
And,
And that Bill Sparks
Uh-huh.
serve as the vice chair.
Second?
is there's 4 of you here, so you guys can take a vote on that. No, you are non-voting member.
now.
Yeah, we can vote. Yeah, all those in favor of that? Aye.
Alright.
Okay, anyone opposed? No. That passes unanimously. That is the one action we need to take today, okay? And so from that point, your chair and vice chair, although you may operate a little more informally on the side.
Those
I
will be
need,
the formal title.
I need
How
those,
we operate
yes.
might not follow that process.
I understand. So they will be, if you guys are good with that, they will form, as you know, we do have a couple representatives that are assigned in there for the creative district to make sure they are here, because I think there's a hope maybe someday you guys take a really strong front role in this as the whole county gets our act together. And EVC, because they are really wanting to make sure there's an economic benefit to our businesses and communities from this. So that's really what we had to have done, which feels really silly, I know, to some of you who don't work in government, but it is what we have to do. So then from there, your chair and vice chair can take over and you guys can decide if you want a sub set up. And I think I left it on the agenda as, what'd I say, discussion, what'd I say for a minute?
No, you said meeting dates, times, locations, so I think the second order would just be to pick the next meeting.
Yeah,
At
like
least.
just you guys just kind of talking, what is a good time of day of week that works for the majority of you to get together so you can at least get your next meeting posted. And then, go from there. You'll set your own agendas.
Remind us,
Mhm.
well, I have a couple. Remind us how much notice we have to give you for posting the agenda.
Mhm. There has to be a minimum of 24 hours notice in writing,
So that could be,
business. I mean, so like if it's
so we have,
someone,
the notice has to be on a business day and it has to occur, and the meeting occurs 24 hours after that.
unless it's an emergency.
Okay,
So yeah, a minimum of 24 hours notice, we prefer more like, 2 or 3 days if we can. Or if you get on a set schedule.
A set schedule sounds really great, like if Sarah, we talked about mornings the other day.
I have Sarah's availability, I have my availability.
Good.
How about schedules? Do you work?
I work full time, so
Yes,
that's like,
yes, and
I'm the problem.
Okay.
No, you are not the problem. We're gonna create a situation that works for most.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you wanna also refer, like the town calendar has all the, if other people are on different commissions, we could look at the town calendar for, if that, I don't know, maybe that doesn't affect, I mean, it affects you probably for different
Affects-
other
Yeah,
things you're involved in.
that's why I'm sharing it.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, great, yeah.
And where,
I'm waiting till Victoria's finished.
Yeah, no, I'm good. No, you're full-time Monday through Friday,
Yeah,
like what time?
6:30 meeting tomorrow. I think average, it's like usually between 8 to 5, but as I said, Fridays, my afternoons can sometimes get quiet. It's easier to sneak out. Or if we kind of have something scheduled, I could try it. Just Mondays through Thursdays, it's really challenging for me to be out before 5.
are you in Boulder?
I work from home.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
Yeah, so as far as like, coming to something quickly after, and then most weekends, I don't have a whole lot of stuff going on the weekends right now.
Any chances for lunch hours? Not really. No. No, I mean, sometimes
Yeah.
those who work like that, we could.
Yeah,
We
I
should
know folks in St.
take a
Louis.
break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm usually eating, working and eating.
Okay, right.
Oh, because the time
So that
change.
probably eliminates virtual also.
It's really challenging me, as I said, when it's between Mondays and Thursdays, because as I said, I have scheduled meetings at work, I have to reschedule because things come up for work, so.
Okay, before we move into schedules,
Mhm.
what is the anticipated plan to fill Teresa's spot?
The board hasn't got to talk about it yet. So they are aware. But they can't take any action outside of board meetings, so I have to wait till next Monday.
And
Or
it's
next
Teresa.
Tuesday, sorry.
And that would probably,
The first, June first,
Teresa Pennington has declined.
to take her seat.
she didn't mean to sign up. She wanted to be a sub.
She
Task force.
said it in her application that she wanted a subcommittee position,
Uh-huh.
which maybe not everybody read that.
Yeah, because I talked to her yesterday. She would love to be a subcommittee, but wouldn't y'all go to the next person that got as many as?
There
Yeah,
were
there's
like
just a bunch of them. There's a
There were
bunch
like
that
four
tied.
with the same number of votes.
Would we have,
So it's not an easy. I
But
mean,
you have a quorum, so
my
you can.
preference, but I
would we
can.
have an opportunity to make a recommendation of who should fill that role?
Since there's a chair, could the
I
applications
mean,
go to the
sure, you can
chair?
always recommend
No?
anything, your advisory. Doesn't mean they'll do it, but you can,
So if we're gonna do that, we do it before the next regular.
yeah,
scheduled
you
board meeting.
could get me, an email or type a little note, you know how it goes, and I can get that in the packet. Sure.
Okay, and then would you just refresh all of us on the limitations on email communications?
Mm. You guys are still considered, agents of the board, and so you are, under the rules about public notice and, public meetings.
Sunshine.
And so, and Jesse, if you want me to give you the abbreviated version of the 2-hour course, I'd be happy to.
Sure, I'll take a abbreviated version.
Everyone else I think has been through, so, if there are 2 or more of you meeting at a time, that is a meeting. Okay, not necessarily your subs, but you guys. if you are communicating, it can only on email or by phone or things, there can only be two of you at a time. Or that is a meeting, which just needs to be posted. That's all that means in this case, not that you have to take minutes, right? But at the same time, you can't just have one talking to you and then talking to you and then talking to you. That's called a serial meeting. And so whenever there's discussions about business with three or more of you, that is a meeting.
And that is why yesterday, when I was inundating you all with emails, I kept saying,
It's
you know,
before we formed.
don't respond.
And you
We don't
can
go back and
communicate
You can
regarding
communicate.
setting up a meeting.
Oh, sure, logistics, you can communicate and respond, yes, that works for me, no, that doesn't. But you can't talk about the meat of your business without notifying the public that you're talking about it. Because they may want to hear as well.
And then how much time does that allow? Do you have to, it's 24-hour notice to let the public know about it?
Yeah.
I feel like we're so behind
Mhm.
right now.
That's why I think Gil was wondering about if we need 24 hours notice to meet
Exactly.
tomorrow.
Exactly.
It's-
I mean, I feel the same way, and it's too bad we have to wait for that new person for 2 weeks.
Oh, you don't have to
No, no.
wait for her. You
we
guys
have a
can meet.
quorum.
Four of you,
I know, but we don't know what, to have our whole group together.
Yeah.
Our new person, we don't know who it is for another week and a half.
That's true.
That's what
So,
but anyone who's interested, who applied,
could come.
could come. And they're
So-
hearing the conversation, they just don't get to have the.
And that maybe they want to be in task force. I can't say that. Anyway,
Yeah.
task force.
I think we have to think about too, are we gonna call you guys like the steering committee? You know, how do we do the primary task force versus your whole?
Mm-hmm.
the way we've been, Sarah and I have been talking about it so far,
Mhm.
is the task force and then the task force subcommittee.
The subs, okay,
And that can change. That's just how we've chosen to start the conversation.
sure. So yes, you guys, you can, most of you are used to how this has to communicate with each other. This is one of the reasons why if the community can pick up groups and go with them, like Creative District, they're not under these same regulations. And so it just makes it much more, just flexible and nimble to just meet. But, and while you're under the structure of the town of Lyons, you can't like have your discussion back and forth online. Because then the public's not involved or hearing it.
And is there a reason why we didn't have the creative district do it this year? And
Just they're not set up yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was a timing issue.
they're fledgling. So it just gave it for a foundation and a format to follow to get us started.
And in my view, and only my view, is we can make a recommendation of the board really at any time
Anytime,
to move from the current structure to a different structure.
sure.
We don't have to wait till
We
next year.
don't have, the resolution set it up for a minimum of a year, but if we want to make a recommendation before that, we can do it.
Nothing against.
No, I
Right.
understand.
To be fast, to be nimble.
Yeah, exactly, and make it a little
I
easier.
think
Mm-hmm.
we're aligned there on wanting to be nimble, flexible and move
Yeah,
forward.
it just says you are formed, that the task force, because it has to have an ending date, is in place till February 27. You know, at the latest. So if you guys decide you come up with another format that works and you want to come to the board and say, we are ready to be community driven and not government driven. You know, we want to do it on our
Well,
own.
that's good to know if we decide to do that.
And is there conflict of interest like with Alliance Community Nation?
No,
No, I'm just saying, no, I'm saying for them to
Get involved.
get involved and help run. I'm just trying to think of the flexibility and then
yeah, community foundation has no role in this process.
They're a private nonprofit, so they have their own rules they follow. It's just because of the public sector pieces.
Sure.
So So I'm going to suggest, given Jesse's schedule, thank you, that we look at next Friday as our first formal meeting.
Tomorrow.
You don't have to, unless you do it at 7 at night.
We could do Saturday. Because Jesse said she was available weekend.
I mean,
Yeah,
as staff, I know, I mean, Kim's not here on Friday, but.
I just,
Somebody should talk to Asa. Is he gonna be available? I've had no contact with Asa. I have no idea about his availability.
He also just accepted being part of the Chamber of Commerce Board,
right, he was at that
Mhm.
meeting the other night.
so I wonder if he's wearing too many hats.
Well, he knows he's on this committee now, right?
Oh, yeah.
He got an email, but I don't know.
He
if
got the
responded.
notice,
But
so.
who knows if he opened it?
We can text him.
I'm gonna text him right now.
Okay. So Saturday morning would work for me, not Saturday.
Yeah, I can do any time Saturday.
I work well in the mornings with mug of coffee. Just saying.
There you go.
I can do Saturday. Let
It
me
is
check with
Memorial
Sarah.
Weekend
Check with Sarah.
We open at 10.
at 10. Or
Yeah,
9.
I can do early. I'm usually up at 6:30.
Now that,
But we need one of the liaison to be there.
you don't have to be there. You guys don't have to have them there.
Okay.
Okay,
They're there to.
we offer them the opportunity.
Yes, just as staff, like Kim Mitchell is she's an exempt staff, so she works till her job is done. Kristen is hourly and would be overtime and all that, so on the weekend, so
If Kim
Not
is
overtime.
not recovered.
Yeah.
By Saturday, would Kristen be the
you said you,
fill in?
This Saturday.
That's all we're
Yeah.
talking about.
it's graduation.
It's graduation
Are you graduating?
and I have a lot of friends.
I know, but that's why Saturday afternoon doesn't work.
Oh.
But Saturday.
Yeah,
But you guys make it work for you, and if I have to change that,
And there's also Memorial Day Monday. I'm gonna be around.
Oh, because you're not working on Monday, and you can't, just say you can. Well, Saturday morning, totally fine with me, just so we can have a discussion
Yeah.
and decide who's.
We're gonna need a lot of discussion, so the sooner we get on.
That's how I feel,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
you will find I am like-minded to move quickly.
we see this a lot. People out here staring, taking.
Oh, the
The
door.
mural.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I parked right in front of the bear, it's like I didn't want to get out of my car.
Out of curiosity, what is, just for my notification? Since there's restriction of meetings and public notices, what about like keeping ourselves organized and having like Googles or just like documentation kind of? Does that have to be made public or is that something that's just for,
If someone asks for it, yes.
okay? But it's not something we have to just post for everybody, it's just
No.
if someone asks for it.
The attorney told me that as a task force, you don't have to keep minutes
Mhm.
and,
I'm just thinking more of like we have a
but
project plan or.
you guys might choose to
assignments,
do that.
Hopefully we'll choose to do that.
Yeah,
I sent out Sarah's PowerPoint to you.
oh, yeah, I've looked at it.
She tends to be a bit organized.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, she usually does most of the heavy lifting, it's just,
Yeah, I've disclaimed anything technology.
yeah. Well, I can help support, I mean, that's like even, because I can tell like PowerPoint should probably use Claude or,
So you're the techie too, that, right?
Yeah, I don't want to.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like a company.
So, open meetings and open records just means that if someone from anyone puts in a request to see it, we have to produce it.
Mhm.
So that's what it means. I can't imagine you guys are really dealing with super sensitive issues, like some do.
She had a thing at her house.
Fifth grade graduate.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Alright, that's
Graduation's a big deal these
Huh?
days.
at night.
Well, right now, you're saying, are you talking
That's
about
why she's
calling her
not
right
here.
now?
I'm gonna call her right now.
She's
yeah.
got all these people at her house.
Oh, they're at her house.
I'm just saying.
Just text
Okay.
her,
I'm
just
just
text her. and
saying.
say,
Guys,
He already
we're gonna
texted
call her.
her.
Did you text her? You texted her.
I just text her.
Just text her and see if she answers and say, can you meet Saturday at 9?
That's a collaborative.
We will be.
8:30 Saturday,
8:30 where?
8:30.
Do we have to meet in like a
Public
library or
You
a?
have to have a public setting where there's no expectation of the public having to purchase something.
So Moxie's out.
I don't have.
Okay, here or
So we can get.
The library or?
library?
You can meet here, you can meet at the library, you can meet at a park. You could meet at, well, self. You could meet at, you can meet at like. You could meet at a restaurant if that restaurant doesn't have an you don't want anyone to feel like they can't join because they can't afford
We
to.
can do laps around the dog park.
You could do that. That's public.
You could do laps around.
That's,
Well,
that's,
you could take my dog for a spin.
Hilarious. I just, when you said park, I thought.
Yeah, I texted her.
you could meet out here at the table when it's nice this summer.
Or at
What about you?
the Plaza over there, there's a picnic.
My favorite
table.
place to meet is that table under the cluster trees behind.
Yeah, as long as it's
behind the-
shade.
But you're always welcome to use this room and I'll give the chair a code to get into the building. You're welcome.
Yeah, don't worry about recording.
Too.
Yeah, we're
Don't worry about
the weather's gonna be great.
Well,
Yeah.
there's an entry code at the library, you can get in after hours, when you
And
get
here
into the
too.
community room.
You could meet at one of the tables outside.
Yeah, this is.
And the only other
Weather's
thing-
gonna be nice.
The other public part is then we know it's also AD accessible.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't do that other places. And we don't even meet in people's homes
Yes,
because there could be an attendee you really don't want in your home and you can't say no.
I think outside here, let's look at the weather on Saturday morning.
Let's just meet here and then you'll have the indoors too if you need it.
Okay, does that sound good to you?
If Sarah is available.
Right. Right.
That's super.
I do
41
not want the
degrees
first
early.
meeting without
Oh, that's-
Sarah.
Yeah.
Well, let's possibly meet 41 degrees. We'll meet in here and you have the code to get in
He'll
here.
get
They'll
it.
get it.
He'll get the code.
I have no clue. I have to check with the powers that be.
I have a code right now.
It changes regularly because so many people have it.
I had given, that was like a month ago, but the toggle code, I don't know if you have it still.
I'll give her a call.
We had the,
Right. I still have it.
Worst case,
Yeah, voice is-
He knows the code to the LCF storage building if you need it.
There we go.
I also know the code to get into the library.
Yeah.
So does Saturday morning, 8:30 work for you?
Huh?
And maybe in a maybe, but you don't, sounds like you don't have to be
Mhm.
there.
Jen might be up for that by then if she's.
I'm gonna
still in
see if Jen feels better.
Oh, so Jen's sick too.
bed.
Jen's
Yeah,
sick.
she got sick too, cause we were all at Kent's. No,
Oh,
Jen
from the
traveled
party.
home from Scotland.
Yeah.
Kim traveled home from Rhode Island. I think airplanes just make you,
Yeah.
That's my story.
That's the only time I got COVID was on there.
I know.
So Jen, I should know this. She's a new trustee.
Mayor Pro Tem.
I don't think I know Jen.
She lives on Welch, right next to Ed Keene.
Okay, everybody seems to live in that neighborhood.
You'll know.
met her.
You'll know her when you see her.
over the years, but.
She's really good friends with Kaylee Sue and.
Oh, I probably know her then. Who was the person with the long dark hair, but not Julie?
Julie, that was County Commissioner Martello Chuman.
No wonder I didn't know.
That's a county commissioner.
Okay.
And the other one is the representative from the St. Marie Valley School District,
Oh, I was sitting
her
back
name's
here
Jack.
going.
Jacqueline Weiss. And she lives in town,
Yeah.
but she represents the school district.
Okay, that's making more sense to me now.
Yeah.
Um,
And then Chris Cope represents fire department.
Yeah.
But he wasn't.
cool.
Well, we're looking at 8:30 Saturday morning. I
You
have to let you
posted-
know before 8:30 tomorrow morning.
I will, if you tell me, I can take care of that now.
Well, I want to hear from Sarah. It's just
Understand.
not fair to have a first meeting without her.
Oh, no, we can't.
Um,
Get back. Even if it's 3 a.m, she'll get back. Call her at 3.
We have established a very good communication pattern.
Okay, good. Okay, so you wanna, how about, for your agenda's sake, if I'm gonna do that for you this Thursday,
Oh, yeah.
what would you like on your agenda? You can keep it broad till you.
No, I,
PowerPoint.
Would it be like establish high level,
we're giving people their,
high level?
Initial strategic planning.
Okay,
dividing up,
I'm thinking the right word, of some words, whether they're right or not. Creating potential subcommittees,
discussion of creation.
discussion.
Okay.
Develop long-term schedule. Miscellaneous,
Got it.
2 hours.
I don't need time frame. I'm good on that.
Okay,
Or you want us to budget for 2 hours tomorrow?
I would ask everybody to budget for 2 hours. We can go less. But I think we're gonna find this is gonna be, we're gonna want to dig in deeper. It's gonna take time to do that.
you have
The startup
an,
process is gonna be time intensive.
Maybe I can have it. I can leave the Keurig up.
oh, good.
Are you all coffee drinkers?
I'm not,
Tea? Neither?
iced tea only.
Iced tea only?
You sound like a southern man.
Not
Far
sweet.
from that.
Southern
Yeah,
thing.
I'd like it.
I mean,
It's not sweet ever though.
Iced tea.
It's not sweet tea.
It's not right.
Iced tea is such a.
Oh, the sweet iced tea. I'm
Or
sweet.
I can bring my own bubbly.
I'll just bring in I think I will just bring the Keurig or,
Yeah, well, I'll just bring my mug, I'm
Yeah.
not worried, I don't
Why
need
not?
more
2
than,
hours.
no, yeah, and then just water, so. I'm a little concerned about Asa, so because if we get in a situation where all of a sudden he says he can't do it for some reason.
Right.
We've got 2 people that we need to have appointed, and it would be nice for them to know about the meeting on Saturday morning.
How
One
about,
of them has to be EBC per the.
right, he is representing economic vitality. So if not him,
Oh,
it
no.
will be someone from that group.
Grace, see if Grace could do it.
I thought she was gonna apply and then she.
Yeah.
She might have just lost track of the deadline, so we could just nudge her again.
How about this, if tomorrow, when I post your agenda, I also send out a note to all the folks that didn't get selected
Thank you.
to say,
Yeah.
here's the upcoming agenda. We anticipate an opening on task force.
We have it.
Well, the board doesn't know that.
But you sent that.
Oh, I mean,
Teresa?
they don't formally know that. But, I will let them know that we're anticipating an opening and you would like to discuss. You'll be discussing the formation of subcommittees if anyone would like.
Yeah, I think that's great.
It's welcome, open to the public.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I've been in the process of meeting with each one of them to let them know that. I won't get through everybody by Saturday morning. But
That's nice.
I've been doing that.
Does anyone have this Jeff's email? He did not
I
include
gave
it on his app.
it to Kristen.
Is it just Jeff at Planet?
At Bluegrass.
Oh, I know Jeff.
Okay.
Jeff's the best.
He did not include it.
Geoff.
I know, yeah.
Geoff.
I'm meeting with him tomorrow at 8 or.
We're just so busy right now, between,
Yeah.
I talked to Amy the other day, and between Amy and Geoff and Zach, they're on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that Zach and Amy didn't have the bandwidth.
Oh, they're, no, they're
Yeah.
on it. Well, it's summer, it's, and it's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks.
that sounds okay. Okay,
Yeah, what do we need to do to be able to get the emails for the applicants so we can communicate with them?
from them. You need to ask them for their,
If that's okay, if I don't already have it.
And so.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
redacted information if someone were to Quora it.
Okay.
So yeah, if they give it to you, great. I could also, in my little note to them, say, if you wanna share your
Right.
email, please send it to.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You want it to Sarah? or you?
Me, I'm probably gonna handle some of the administrative detail.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna volunteer to handle interface with government.
Yay.
And we'll include- Shoo. Okay, so then when things start to happen, you know, when you start getting organized, you'll use your board liaison to communicate anything you need or want back to the board. Okay, and then like, when you start getting into things like, what are the rules on short-term rentals? How many do we have already? And you want like our staff that deal with that, then you would talk to your staff liaison and say, we need someone at this meeting who can talk about this stuff,
And at what point
or
do
marketing,
you
or whatever, then.
reflect this info back to the board at the
At
board
the board
meeting?
meetings, yeah,
Okay.
with the trustee reports.
Okay,
So at the very
It wouldn't-
bitter end,
it wouldn't happen before-
Early?
No, okay. So it's a 2-week rotation.
yeah, unless it ends up in staff report somehow, but
Staff
Probably
report sounds
not.
great.
Now,
'cause that's
staff can send to the board all at once, but they can't do that to each other.
Kind of.
So if there's something you want me to get to the board, just send it to me or Dolores, the town clerk, and we can send stuff one way.
Okay,
because we can read it, we just can't talk about it.
okay.
But she can't send it to everybody.
You would just orally do it.
I would orally do it at
Yeah.
the thing, or I could like send something to Victoria that she could send out.
Okay.
But Dolores and I can do
But
that.
at that
At least
point, you should just send it
initially, I
out.
can summarize
Or-
what we need and send it to Victoria.
Yeah, and then I think they'd love to hear from you, you know, we're in almost to June. You know, I'd say, you know, every other month or something. Or when Gil's at the meetings anyway, he can give updates as often as you guys want him, but they're gonna expect
I
like
mean,
an
if you guys
update.
are gonna meet a lot, then probably once a month would be great.
I think we should.
I anticipate we're gonna have more frequent meetings.
Right, so just reports to the board once
Yeah.
a month would be
Yeah.
my suggestion. I know lots of people have a lot of interest in knowing what's happening.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like the sheriff's report, just have a task force report that goes in the board packet.
Earlier in the evening?
Oh.
It would, if
It
it's
would be in the
something,
packet before the meeting.
No, but I meant reading that in the meeting, if it were with that report, it'd be earlier in the evening
Correct.
than
the
later.
trustee
I've been to
reports.
enough staff meetings where I know where things
Mhm.
are.
He could just do 4 minutes under audience business.
I was
and
just
like-
thinking about the
Yeah.
audience businesses like that.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
board and commissions are done always.
I love audience business because it's just like, yeah.
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 And it's at
And
the beginning.
I usually get several things in my 4 minutes.
You sure do. You are an informative guy.
Amazing.
Trying to think anything else. So, okay, I'll get an agenda made for you. If Sarah wants to intercept that between, if she wants to do it between today and tomorrow at 8:30. She sure
I'll
will,
let her know.
but I'll type this up, what you
When she
just said.
can get past her graduation and
Yeah.
we'll probably end up chatting.
Okay. I have, but I can post it in the morning. Between.
It's supposed to be before 8:30 if we need 24 hours.
So if she sends me something before I get here in the morning, I'll use hers. If not, I'll use what I type up tonight.
Do we need town of Lyon email addresses?
No.
Okay.
No one has those except planning commission. The only ones.
Okay.
So you can use your own if you're willing to share your
The
email.
reason I asked, Kate keeps getting suggested she use her town of Lyon email, so I don't know why that is.
She won? The chair.
Yeah, the
has one.
chair, yeah.
Chair,
The chairs of each group have one.
but okay, so the chair of the task force doesn't need one.
I can ask about that. He just said chairs, he just said task force are a little different than boards.
That's fine. I don't need another requirement, so
Yeah. I'll ask.
forget it, that's fine.
I was surprised you said you didn't take minutes, so it's good.
Quick question, Gil, just kind of throwing this out there. If for some reason Sarah has a conflict and can't meet Saturday, do we still want to try to meet just to start putting ideas to paper so we have more discussion when she's available? I just wanted to throw it
You
out.
guys tell me.
Or another time on the week, over the weekend?
Yeah, maybe another, I
Yeah.
think Gil's right, I
Yeah.
think she should be.
No, absolutely. I just wanted to kind of throw it out there
Yeah.
and see what everybody's temperature is
Because
like.
she doesn't necessarily have to be here physically, we can do it virtually.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of open, kind of think I'm looking at my calendar this weekend, but hopefully that'll work.
Mhm.
Are you around this weekend?
Oh, yeah.
And you, but you've got the
Monday's
gallery,
complicated.
well, hopefully Saturday or Sunday.
And Ashley's not available over the weekend.
She's not, she's in Oklahoma.
But then if you guys could, yeah, start deciding, yeah, can we do another day?
Yeah, I think that's really
That,
important.
once you get your subcommittees, I think you'll be able to, then you can break up and there's somebody Monday, Tuesday, you know, they'll be different.
And subcommittees also have to be posted.
No,
Oh, interesting.
They're not
Also
appointed.
to get to the subcommittee faster.
Yes,
What if
Yeah.
we're all in the same subcommittee?
you won't. There will not be three of you on a subcommittee.
Right.
You're each gonna chair us.
yeah,
That's the way I understand
12
it.
different subcommittees already.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really? Wow.
Huh?
Well, that's what you need to talk about. Maybe that's too many. Maybe you go to
I think it's.
Well,
it's-
I think the, we
seven.
have to look at what is most important in the first year.
Yeah.
Because not everything is gonna have the same importance level
Mhm.
on the front end as it will be later in the process.
Top two things, housing, or being able to allow for short-term housing and trying to get the panels or things here with the venues and stuff that we have.
That's the top two things for me too. I'm just thinking, yeah, and we just have to do such a good job on this because.
Yeah.
If Boulder or Boulder County messes this up, Denver's already.
Yeah. And they're gonna need housing, like it's.
Oh,
Oh,
so Sarah and I and Lee Williams, the trustee, went to a housing workshop
Mhm.
a week ago Monday
Yeah.
and 85,000 expected.
Yep.
They don't have the capacity.
Nope.
They're reaching out to the outlying communities.
Right.
There's a real recommendation to try to create flexibility in short-term housing.
I heard
Confused why they didn't-
recently, as the Stanley Hotel is actually getting over a few thousand of capacity, like a lot of renovations to be prepared for it.
They're
Well,
getting butt up there.
they
I went to a meeting the other day and there's so many branches.
It looks so nice.
Yeah, it does.
I was shocked. I haven't been up there in so long and I was up there this winter. It was like, oh my God.
They're putting a carousel up there, it's right on Elkhorn.
Yeah.
To draw year-round
It's really nice.
tourism.
Stanley. was a picture.
One other thing, if you would discuss on Saturday, if you think about it, would you discuss just some logistics about like, do you want a web page on the town site? So that people who don't know about this yet, well, I mean, having 22 people respond was pretty good, right? But you need a way to communicate with them other than just that agenda page. So we need a page that you're gonna be able to have people when they start thinking, oh, can I rent my house? Where do I go to find out?
Totally.
So do you want a separate Sundance
So Boulder has that.
site?
They have a separate housing site.
Or do you want it, like a page on the town's website till you're up and moving? So talk about some of that. How are you going to communicate all this to the people who need to know it?
We'll learn.
Is there anything we should know about the pending hotel infrastructure that,
No,
like?
No.
not now.
Okay,
If, we're talking, even if they would start construction by December,
right.
you've got
That won't be-
a year of
Yeah.
But are there three possible venues,
Not official,
not official?
just remember, only one official,
what?
just like Riverbend, like Chris Lee talking about potentially wanting to do a hotel and somewhere else wanting to do it, but nothing's officially come through, right?
And I think you're talking about hotels or venues. What do you,
I'm talking about hotels, I'm talking about,
but that's still a couple of years down the road.
and is there a timeline that Wicasa is going away, right? That's another rumor out there.
That changes.
David?
And daily, exactly.
Okay,
And the last I heard is they're extending one more year.
Mhm.
So we've had.
that's what they should.
Yeah, but there's been.
I know.
And
Now, it might be that the business leaves, but there is anticipated to be
the tiny homes.
homes there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard.
That's what
Okay, so the current homes or
Those might change.
those will be changed, okay.
Yeah, we might get different ones, new ones, but there's still an intent to offer lodging there while they work on other plans.
Gotcha.
So I have a question. Is there something currently in place that disallows people from Airbnb being their homes for this
No,
Sundance?
no, that's where the big misperception is.
Oh, isn't it in HOAs?
HOAs
Okay.
may not, they may have rules, but
But if
in
I'm a
town. we have
person
the
and I
most
just wanna rent my-
loosest STR policy in the whole county.
And that's
Yeah.
a lot of people, Boulder, Lafayette, Louisville, they've all adopted the same thing for this 20 days or it's 10 days, but 20 days, I'm not good.
We already allow it.
And yeah, and Boulder County, like most people, not most people, but a lot of people live in Boulder County, we live in Boulder County.
Mhm.
You can do it, you can rent your house at 45 days a year as a short-term rental, but you're supposed to fill out some
A
application
license.
stuff.
That's what ours.
But it doesn't mean that you have to.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But officially, you have to get a license from the town, which costs
Yeah.
Yeah,
something.
you have to meet.
$30
certain
or
safety
something.
yeah.
requirements.
So right now, our code says you can short-term rental your home as long as the primary owner lives there 9 months of the year.
Mhm.
So you can
Oh.
rent up to 3 months if you want.
Oh.
We do have we have an application to do that, and it's really mostly because you have to have someone, local who is your, who's managing the site for you if you're gone.
Mhm.
So we need someone we can call if that house starts on fire
Mhm.
or whatever, and that person's not there.
Mhm.
Is that
And then-
form on the website?
Yep.
Okay.
And then there's also,
And is there a fee to do that? To pay,
yes,
like-
there currently is, yes.
Mm.
There's also, it's a self checklist,
Mhm.
a self checklist
Mhm.
that I have fire,
Extinguished.
smoke detectors, and I have fire extinguishers, and I have an emergency number. I have an evacuation plan if there's a wildfire, you know, that kind of stuff. That's all on there. That's
Mhm.
already all allowed.
Mhm.
What I think they want to do for this is to streamline it.
Mhm.
Maybe there's a different cost if all you wanna do is during this 1 month
Mhm.
versus year round.
Mhm.
And, maybe a more streamlined even application. But the biggest thing is the 3 HOAs we have, there's actually 4.
No, we had AGs.
Yeah, we got.
Eagle Canyon, Stone Canyon.
Eagle Canyon, Stone Canyon, Lions Valley Park is the largest. And then like Lions Valley Village has their own rules. Even Long's Peak is actually an HOA.
Oh,
But it's close to. I heard Greg Wilson 25%, and I was like, but
It's higher than that?
Lions Valley Village itself is 20%.
Well, and
That's
then Eagle
200
Canyon,
homes
Stone
out of
Canyon,
1,000.
Stone Canyon's huge.
Mhm.
I know, I think it's closer to 50.
I bet it, yeah.
Mhm.
So so those folks in their covenants don't allow them.
Mhm.
So really the biggest job is to meet with HOAs, educate, see if there's any way they're willing to make exceptions during,
That 10 days or
During that-
20 days or whatever you want to call it. The good thing is Airbnb is sponsored for Sundance. So
Yeah.
that's really
As of
helpful.
a week ago, that deal had not been finalized.
Oh, it hadn't?
The workshop we went to, they made that statement. The expectation is it will be, but it is not yet
Okay.
finalized.
So what does that do? It decreases their fees that they charge someone else?
It's organized, so
I
it's
see.
got if you do your house through Airbnb, like we
Yeah.
rent houses for weddings, all the Airbnb houses are on our wedding site.
Yeah,
But if they go through Airbnb, like Carter and Jen, for
they're
instance,
Yeah.
taking care of all.
they're taking care of the taxes, they're
Yeah.
taking care of everything, they're taking care of the pictures, you just go to that.
yeah.
And if Airbnb, I mean, that's what Jill, and I didn't realize it wasn't finalized, but Jill Grano said that Airbnb was a sponsor for Sundance, which is, it makes it real easy.
I think it's
Yeah.
going to be.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you the lawyer answer. It's not done yet.
Yeah.
Is there a recommended fee structure gonna be in? place?
Yes, and it already is. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't go to the conference. What I've heard is they're kind of recommending $250 per bedroom per night.
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
Seems.
They've got a website that has all that information.
Right.
I have not drilled down that far.
Yeah, so whoever gets the STR committee, because there's no one on your task force currently that
Mhm.
is like. You have some. I mean, you
So what-
list them, but I mean, do we have a strong STR person?
Oh,
Wendy Miller.
I haven't, I
I don't
have
know who
done
that,
long
I
term.
was like, I don't know that Wendy has one, any.
I know,
That's
She
what I
does,
heard.
I met with her, she has at least one.
And they're not licensed.
Short term, because ours are all.
I can't speak to those.
Well, I know, but that was out there and I was
Yeah.
like, we don't have her
Because
listed.
Julie brought that up the other night, I was confused too.
So
Well,
that's
right.
part of this, is if you have an STR subcommittee chair, I wanna make sure they do know and understand and follow the rules. And if you guys want to recommend, like, if you want a different sales tax structure for that period or whatever, or lodging tax structure, that'll, but whoever's leading that group needs to know it.
Well, that's the most important group, I mean, the video
Yeah.
thing is important too,
Yeah.
but the.
I don't have Wendy listed as being,
Okay.
So,
Okay,
so,
I
and just
meet
to
with her tomorrow,
clarify,
I'll
the
get more
town's
information.
mechanism for collecting revenue would be the lodging tax.
we love
Or
Airbnb and SB
So
and
that
VRB,
Airbnb
they do
does
it for you.
they,
And that's what's so great.
That's what makes it so nice. You're
Yeah.
not educating people on
mhm.
what is a lodging tax, how do we do it, where do we do it? You don't have to do it.
It's so great, like if people want it, they come to me, it's like, I'm gonna put my house up for rent for weddings, it's like, great, put it on Airbnb.
Yeah,
And then I have Airbnb,
Yeah.
Vendorless, they go to Airbnb in the city house,
uh-huh.
and it's up to them to make it pretty.
But I don't know, do they keep a piece?
Who?
Airbnb?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Airbnb charges, yeah.
They get
So
cut.
that's what so that would be, or do you want to develop something locally where you?
Oh, God, I would
Oh.
not, I would just keep it
I would-
Airbnb
Yeah.
and.
Well, as a sponsor, that's why I was curious, like, are they offering like a reduced rate of
I don't
revenue?
think
Because
that's
their fees are
reduced,
pretty
you're just
high for my
premium.
understanding.
Yeah, exactly, I think you're right, and it's just, if people wanna rent their house out, they're still gonna make more money if they stayed there. I wouldn't get picky and try to.
Yeah.
I think one of the questions, so what I would suggest is whoever host a meeting with the HOA chairs or presidents, whatever they call them. And try to find out, what their current rules are. Cause they're gonna ask me, what are you gonna do if people do it against us?
Mm,
Against who?
What do you mean?
What is the town gonna do if people are hosting despite us saying, no, you can't?
Town doesn't have a rule.
But the town doesn't have a rule, yeah.
We
So,
don't.
right.
so what are you saying? That would be the HOA going against the HOA people, not going against the
Okay,
town.
so this is,
But I mean, they already call me and say, what do we do if we have someone who's doing that? I'm like, that's up to you.
That's up to you,
that's
Yeah,
an
it's not-
HOA.
Exactly.
But I mean, that's gonna be their biggest concern
Yeah.
is.
But if they just let them do it, then they won't have to be concerned.
So that's a big group to educate and
Mhm.
Right.
try to get coordinated.
And they tend to meet like once a quarter is and so it's like, good luck, like if you miss the,
But
it's hard to.
How do we find out the chair
I
of,
forgot them.
of course you do, Gil.
And I have them, yeah.
And you have all their contacts and you have a meeting scheduled.
Not a meeting yet.
You're slacking. You're slacking.
Yeah,
But I do think if-
Greg has recommended, Greg Lowell has his own personal interest in the HOA.
Mhm. Well, he was,
And he is pushing strongly that we get that addressed early on,
He's right, yeah.
mhm,
and that's fine.
mhm.
So he gave me a list of 3. I got the 4th one from Janelle, cause she's up there on Long Peak. I've got the names, I got the contact information. The workshop presentation on HOAs is, there are state rules for HOAs. And those are built into the bylaws for HOAs. In order to get them changed, you have to go through a very cumbersome, legally expensive process. So what some have chosen to do is have them put it, because the amendment process is owners. They tried to get it passed through legislature this year to make it easier. It didn't make the cut. There are too many more important things. So what they're recommending is just have the HOA put it in their minute that they're not gonna enforce the short-term rental.
So they're trying to change the rule, they just don't enforce it for that month or whatever.
That's up to the HOA, but that's an HOA decision, and that's what we need to communicate to the HOA leadership.
No, I could never live in an HOA. I'm such a, not a rule follower.
Really? I hadn't picked up on it.
That you can't paint your house blue.
Oh, up in Stone Canyon, they can't keep their garage doors open more than 5 minutes. What?
That's such a,
Mhm.
no, I couldn't do it.
Mhm.
I have to lose my mind.
And Greg already has said this HOA is likely to go along, this one on the fence, this one will not do,
Mhm.
so
Wow.
that's their choice. And he already knows some people who are advertising, who are in the HOA, funds or in the HOA.
Ooh. Let that hand.
I mean, can they do anything besides fine them? Like what happens?
It fits in what's in their bylaws.
Yeah.
That's why it's not a town property.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really good, it's the
Yeah.
HOA problem.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be really interesting, cause I know.
But it's gonna become ours if we don't have anywhere for people to stay,
Yeah.
Right.
and
right?
that's, yeah,
If that's 50% of our housing and they can't,
Yeah.
we can't use it, that's a problem for us.
Is that the one that's potentially the biggest problem? The biggest,
probably.
Is where people
Big
gonna.
hurdle, yeah.
no, I'm just saying, but the 50%, is that the particular HOA that's the most
Well,
problematic?
they're all combined.
That's combined.
Okay, oh, it's combined, okay. Well, no, I just know there's some that seem like they
problem-
might be lenient, some that won't, and so just.
You're saying 50% are
Stone
probably
Canyon
up,
won't go along.
right?
50% of housing.
Housing
in-
isn't an
Right.
HOA,
Okay.
it's an HOA.
Wow, wow.
I know.
Mhm.
Well, it's this, if I didn't, I learned
I'd
today.
say,
that-
I'd have to count, but I bet it's 40 to 50.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna,
Wow.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Well, I'm just thinking Lions Valley Park itself is 200,
Mhm.
and that we only have 968 homes, so there's 20%.
But some
Stone
people
Canyon's
live
big.
in Stone County, and that's one thing
The
that has to be
county, yeah.
addressed as well, it's just different. But, I think, I have some friends in Eldora that went through all the stuff with the county to get their Airbnbs legal up there. It takes a long, long time. So for this year, maybe people just rent their house out if they want to.
Mhm.
And then for next year,
ask
you
for
know,
forgiveness.
exactly.
Mhm.
The thing is, we should not take an official position.
No, you
Somebody wants to
can't.
go down a road,
Totally,
a different road,
yeah,
but it
Yeah.
would not be on the advice of anything
right, I won't say that
by
out
the
loud.
task force.
Okay, well, your meeting, is, this one was recorded and online, so I think you should get your agenda done and you guys can continue to meet.
I'll let you know what Sarah says.
And she'll get back to you, don't you worry.
Did you hear back from Asa?
Mm.
I'm
You're gonna
Albert.
be, as soon as we get out of here, you're gonna be.
You might understand this reference.
What?
Look at me as Alfred E. Newman.
See you Sunday.
Do you want the official part of your meeting?
How was it Sunday? I couldn't.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. Different.
Say like motion to adjourn and stuff like you do.
Yeah, and it's.
Motion to adjourn?
Yes, oh my God.
Chair, are you good with the meeting adjourning? So we
Yeah.
can Turn it
I'm
on.
hungry.
Thank you.
All adjourned?
Yeah, I'll adjourn.